Hey you guys, this is gonna be another reading from me, and this one is on what you are currently releasing. I've already pre-picked and pre-shuffled the cards, and we are gonna be using the Serpieri Tarot for the picking, I guess. But yeah, this is it. So just, I guess, I don't know, attune yourself to the energy, whatever that even means to people, or to me even. I'm just kidding, just, you know, listen, I guess. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But Moon is still in Leo. I don't know what's going on. It do be like that sometimes. Yeah. What are you currently releasing? So pile 1. That was loud. Okay. Pile 2. What are you currently releasing? Pile 2. That is way too many, but I'm gonna pick this one. And then pile 3. Okay. Cool. So pile 1. Oh my god, the tower. Nice. Spicy from the get-go. Very loud too. Pile 2, the Hierophant. Jesus have mercy on my perfectionist skills. And then pile 3, the Wheel. Okay, wow, I did not expect to just receive Major Arcana with these ones, so that might be something important here that's going on with this pile. Sorry, not pile, with this reading. I've been meaning to do it for like a few days now, but I kept telling myself, no, nobody wants to hear what the hell they're releasing. But I feel like we all do. We all need to hear something like this. So please, again, pick your pile. What are you currently releasing? This is it. Okay, I hope that has been enough. I am gonna start with pile 1, so the Tower. What are you currently releasing? Okay, it could be a connection, it could be something serious, it doesn't have to be, it could be a job. Well, I mean, it likely is something that's, well, to be fair, this is all Major Arcana energy from the get-go, so it could be something serious here, for every person, but, okay. Something to do with climbing up the ladder, maybe you're releasing the ability or the desire to climb up there with, I don't know, speed, tenacity, the tendency to just go at things head first and climb until you have no more energy. For some of you that actually means releasing the need to be right all the time, or if you're having fights with someone, to constantly have the last word. When you're fighting with a fool, you'll never have the last word. You'll only have the last, I don't even know, pain, I guess, with that one. There's no need to argue with people without cannot hear reason, basically, so that might be important for someone here. Please stop arguing with idiots. That's how I'm gonna word it in the end. That's really it. But yeah, there's a social structure that's breaking down, basically. It could be familial, it could be at work, it could be in love. I'm not getting the vibes for love yet, because I haven't looked at the other cards, but it could be at work potentially. There's some kind of structure that's breaking down for the best, and it's actually going to serve you better than you think it will. I am getting positive vibes with the Tower, but it might be a bit shocking to either you or the people around you, basically. But I don't think it's gonna be bad to the point where, you know, you want to hurt yourself or anything like that. It's more of a transition period, really, that's actually skyrocketing you to something better, basically. And that is obviously funny, because this is going upwards. But yeah, let's see. First cards we have are from the Shadowscapes Tarot, and we have the 5 of Cups and the 2 of Swords. Okay, you're dropping indecision. Fighting with other people again, dropping being the the person who has the last word. There's no need. If you're arguing with someone who doesn't deserve to hear your words in the first place, and I don't mean that to be mean, I really just mean they don't have the capacity to listen, no point dropping it. 5 of Cups is someone who feels left out in the cold as well. The imagery here is a woman, I believe, angel type being, really, holding a fishbowl, like a golden tiny fishbowl, with speaking to some weirdo alien there. So there might be some discussion you're having about a breakup of some sort, whether that is work related or love related. I'm not sure. I'm not getting love, so maybe it's familial, but apply how it applies, obviously. So yeah, there will be some kind of break here where you're trying your best to cut something out. Maybe it's been in the cuttings for a while as well, but you haven't been doing it because you were too scared to do it for whatever reason. So now you feel like you have to have a conversation with someone with the Two of Swords here, because this person is ready to cut the heart-shaped thing from the whatever that bird is, a stork, I believe. A swan, actually, never mind. But yeah, it's just waiting for the word from the swan so that they can cut down the heart. Oh, that's what it looks like to me anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of communication in both of these cards here. So there's something here that you're communicating that is over, potentially for someone, especially with the tower, because that does give me it's the end. That's it. Bye, finito, or something like that. And it's been a long time coming with the Two of Swords. That's indecision held for a long time, for a period of time that just wasn't serving you, or maybe you thought the other person would change in that period of time you gave them. Maybe you gave second chances, multiple chances, freaking 100 chances here, but nothing has really changed, so you're just deciding to cut the cords. Eesh. Okay, next cards we have are from the Weird Cat Tarot, and we have the Chariot and the Magician. So much major arcana in these piles, Jesus. Well, you know, fast pile, but still. Again, okay, with the Magician, it's been something that's been bugging you for a while, something that you really worked on creating and trying your best to make it stand. Basically, maybe you were the only one standing in this relationship type setting thing, and it's been crumbling for a while, but someone's got to pull out the last rung basically here. And again, not having the last word per se, but something needs to end. Well, realistically, obviously. But yeah, you'll be moving on swiftly with the Chariot, making decisions, maybe feeling stuck again, because the Chariot is usually a person stuck in is this cement and the two sphinxes on the side. So yeah, decisions here, and you're trying to make them swiftly for some of you. With the Magician, I do get the vibe that it could be at work, because the Magician gives me, well, you know, work vibes. You have all of everything to create the reality you wish to have. So if it is technically at work, you're doing the job basically, but there's something that needs to be cut off, and I feel like you'll be making a decision really quickly with the Chariot. And well, sorry, it'll look quick to other people. You may have been struggling with this decision for a long time, thinking that you will be left behind instead, but it turns out you will be leaving something behind. And again, the decision's been slow in the making, but when you do make it, it's gonna be fast-paced, and something's gonna pop off immediately once you quit this thing, basically. If that even makes sense. I.e., you may find a new job immediately, you may find yourself in a different position immediately, and I don't mean a worse position. I feel like it's going to be a better position, to be honest. I feel like you expected to be excommunicated from something, except, again, you were the one excommunicating something instead. So you are the operant in power here. You're the one doing the excommunicating. / cutting off ties, all of that jazz. And it's gonna serve you. It's not something that, if it's a decision you've been running around making in your head slowly, and finally when you execute the decision, it's gonna blow up basically, but it's gonna go better than you expected to, is what I'm trying to say ultimately, Amadeus. But yeah, next cards we have are from the Rainbow Tarot, and we have the Devil in French, I believe, and then also the Four of Pentacles. Oh, fun. Okay, whatever the case. Oh, okay, it could be work related, definitely. So some of you may be quitting your job, and you may actually be choosing to work for yourself, to become an entrepreneur. Oh my god, I hope I pronounced that correctly, but that is a word that just anyways, yeah, some of you may be choosing to work for yourself, to be spending less resources on other people for interesting. You may actually be choosing to spend less resources on other people. So your money, if you've been giving it away to people, siblings, things like that, you might choose that it's time to cut them out from the pie for a while anyway. Or you may be cutting ties with siblings as well here, because again, the heart, I'm not getting romantic vibes from it. I'm getting something more, I don't want to say sacred, but I do want to say like you've been closer for longer. So sibling vibes type of love, or something familial anyway, or on that kind of level where you've been stuck together for a long time. Jesus. And the shoe is finally ready to drop from the other leg, I guess. But yeah, whatever it is, I feel like you will be financially abundant enough to know what you have, basically. The Four of Pentacles is usually someone who is called the miser, but like How is he a miser? He has all the four well, okay, fair. He is a miser technically because he is keeping all his pentacles to himself and not allowing the flow of money to enter and exit. But at the same time, someone in this position knows the value of things, and they will weigh. If it means that they will get more than, you know, if it means that they'll get exactly what they want, even if it's at a later date, they will wait. They don't mind waiting, especially with the devil here. There's a lot of work-related energy here. Like, the devil is someone who is very persistent. Some of you may be very, what is the word, patient here? I wanted to say impatient, but maybe you've reached a point of no return basically here. So you really want to break from something that's been bugging you for a while. Okay, maybe you've been overly patient with people that just did not deserve your patience. And again, someone here might have given way too many chances, and now it's time to cut the cord on those chances. Interesting. And fast too. Or at least when you cut it swiftly, I feel like you're going to feel relief, and you're going to be like, I don't understand why this took me so long to do. And now that you've done it, and I say that present tense, I guess, or past tense rather, because you will be doing it. And it's gonna be swift, and when you do it, you'll feel relief because it's finally done. It's not gonna be bothering you again, basically. Jesus. Some of you may have felt anxiety for a while or for a long time, only to realize that this is actually a bit simpler than you made it out to be in your head. I don't want to minimize pain, but at the same time, when you finally do something you've waited for a while, you realize it actually takes seconds to do it, and you've made this big anxious ball in your head, and it's just like, oh fuck, I did it, now I can do it again, basically. Next cards we have are from the Moon Power Tarot, and we have the Queen of Cups and the Page of Wands. Okie dokie, interesting stuff. Hi. What are you currently releasing? Again, it could be a sibling connection, something like that, a connection that has felt like you may have been slightly drained, you may have been overpouring love into this connection, and for whatever reason, it just wasn't giving you enough. Yeah. You constantly had the fire going, and then this bird over here is just like, do I really want to light that candle? Sorry, not the candle, is that a cigarette? It looks, to be honest, it looks like a, thingy. What do you call it? A lollipop, but on fire, I guess. But the bird is technically not lighting it. The match is just underneath for the bird. Although I guess the bird did light in the end because the bird brought it. But in either case, I do feel like this is someone. This might be someone younger than you, basically. If it's a sibling, they're younger than you, and you're leaving them behind. Jesus. Someone may be suffering currently, maybe because they lost a pet, a dog, perhaps. Uncertain. Damn. Jesus. Okay. Last cards we have are from the Mystic Mondays, and we have the High Priestess in the Seven of Cups. Okay, again, we're dropping indecision, planning things behind the scenes as well. You've been thinking, umming, or whatever you call that, about dropping something from your current present, and it's time to do it, basically. I mean, you know what it is. I'm not getting specifics for whatever reason here, but apart from the family dynamic thing, but if for those of you that doesn't even relate, or job stuff, I guess, there's something you're cutting out that you've been thinking about for a long time, and it's finally easing out of your way, basically. It's coming out, but it's taken a toll, it's taken a long time, and I don't even know if that's the worst part or the best part, but once you cut it out, it's gonna go so quickly that you're literally gonna question why you ever bothered with this thing. Ah, shit. It just really does feel like it's something that has been plaguing your mind for a while. It is serious, yes, but when you actually do it, you're going to be like, why did I do this to myself? Like, why did I wait so long to cut this off? So it's something that's basically going to alleviate your emotions immediately with the Queen of Cups here. It just... You're going to be sitting there very happily with your glass of water or glass of wine or whatever you really want, to be honest. And, well, again, multiple glasses here. Whatever it is you're drinking, you're going to do it in peace. Choices. Again, you have loads. You know what you're doing. I feel like if there's something in your mind specifically right now that you're cutting off, you gotta do it. And yeah, it might feel weird because obviously anything can pop into your mind, but again, the universe, the world works in mysterious ways. There are no coincidences here. There never were anyway in the first place. But yeah, whatever you're dropping off, you will be secure no matter what. Four of Pentacles, I know most people read it as again the miser, and technically it is, but again, this is someone who keeps their wealth to themselves. That doesn't mean it's gonna go away or anything like that, and you can always go to, you know, either above or below and whatever. But yeah, I feel like you will have enough security to actually uphold the vision you have for yourself, but you need to cut off the thing that you are not cutting off for whatever reason, or you haven't cut off yet, basically. And for whatever reason, i.e. thinking someone else is gonna cut it off for you, or you being uncertain and feeling like you need to give another chance. This is someone who doesn't give another chance. Again, it's time to do something about it, basically. And again, I am getting the thingy, the idea that it's gonna be super fast, whatever it is. It's gonna fly by as if it almost didn't even need to happen. It's gonna be so, again, shocking, so shocking that it passes in a second, that kind of thing. So much thought went into it that when it finally passes, it's just a bit of a train wreck, really, or as fast as a train traveling anyway. That is what I have for you. I hope that's been helpful. Yeah, please feel free to stick around and watch more, but yeah, whatever the case is, I hope you do make the decision that needs to be made, basically. But thank you for being here. See you. Pile 2, you have chosen the Hierophant. Whatever you are currently letting go of seems like it's been taking a bit of a, I want to say knowledge trap. I don't even know what that means, but you may have been studying a lot here, and it's finally time to release all of that knowledge. For some of you, that actually means taking exams, doing the exams, dropping all of your knowledge down before you even take the exam, i.e. like just purging everything on paper, again, revising, doing things again and again. This is Taurus energy as well, and Taurus are very tenacious. I was gonna say characters. They're not really characters. I don't know what I'm going on with that, but it's a tenacious sign, basically. So people under the sign of Taurus, whether that's sun, moon, rising, whatever you want to call it, although they are different, obviously, but wherever you have Taurus, you do things to the point where you are secure always. So because Taurus is a secure, obviously fixed sign, so whatever you do, you're not gonna overdo it like a Virgo. Sorry, not to be a par for a Virgo, but at the same time, I do have Virgo placements. That is a fucking par. Anyways, you're going to do it enough so that you are secure and actually know what you're doing, but you're not going to overdo it, basically, because there's a certain confidence attached to Taurus in the first place. But again, I am getting that if this is studying, this is you dropping down your knowledge as if you know, you just want more space in your head. For some of you here, so for some of you, if it's not about studying and if it's about dropping down anxiety, releasing anxiety, that kind of thing, there will be space for you, and also time where you just, all of your thoughts will either be dropped down on paper, so you'll either be writing them, or whatever writing utensil you use, really, because it doesn't really have to be pen and paper. It could also be an iPad, I don't know. Or also therapy, something to do with communicating with other, well, not necessarily therapy, but like communicating with other people about your feelings, mostly your thoughts, really. But yeah, it's gonna be a very traditional type of setting as well. It could also be a spiritual type of awakening. Maybe you're shedding certain beliefs you've had for a long time, because Taurus, again, tenacious energy, it builds over time as well, and it's very stable. So again, these would be thoughts that, or limiting beliefs as well for some people, because again, thoughts become limits at the same time. So there we have it. But these will be thoughts that have been in your head for a long time that you'll be finally releasing, basically. It's like a key will suddenly unlock a door within you, because obviously the Hierophant is holding the key there, but it's literally giving it to you, kind of thing. So yeah, opening yourself up to release rather than actually accepting knowledge, you'll be giving it. So some of you, that also means teaching. Maybe you'll be maybe releasing shyness, that kind of thing, shame, guilt around something to do with communicating, and suddenly you'll start communicating. I don't want to say better, because that's not the way to put it. It's that you have less inhibitions and less of a close on your throat chakra, basically. First cards we have are from the Shadowscapes Tarot, and we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Jesus. Okay, strategically using your words to your advantage, to your financial advantage as well. Whatever you're releasing though, it will be something that again, I am getting with the studying vibes again, or just language in general. Seven of Swords is very strategic energy. Strategic energy. Oh my god, what the hell is this? But yeah, Nine of Pentacles is someone who is incredibly stable in themselves, financially specifically, but also in terms of the way they present themselves to the world. This is basically the lower octave of Empress energy. So, which is also Taurus or Libra, I guess. But okay, interesting. Some of you may be in positions of power. There may be, again, you could be a professor type of, is that how you even say it? What's the female of a professor? Yeah, never mind. Female version. But professor, regard. Sorry, I was thinking in French, so professor and professeur, whatever. Anyways, someone here could be a teacher, basically, but like very high ranks type of teacher. So again, professor type, all of that higher education type stuff, basically, which makes sense because the Hierophant also does deal with that in a more traditional type of or current way of viewing tarot anyway. But anyways, why am I telling you that? It's like I am teaching you tarot at the same time as reading tarot. But basically, you are releasing language that doesn't serve you any longer. I don't think it's relationships, but it could also be relationships. The Seven of Swords kind of energy. So there's something here that has been limiting you before that you're currently airing out. You're brushing it out, the cobwebs in the rooms, whatever it is, the nooks and crannies. You're cleaning out space basically, so that you can, so that more wealth can actually enter your vicinity, your reality, kind of thing. And by wealth, I don't necessarily also mean financial stuff. I really do mean whatever you class as something valuable here. So some of you, a grand piano may be of use. You may be releasing it, i.e. selling it, or releasing a piece of music that you've been hiding forever. Suddenly trying new things here. And winning. Seven of Swords is again strategizing, stealing from the other campmates so that they don't have to, so that there is no fight ultimately, basically. But if there's meant to be a fight, there will be a fight. You can't stop it, is all I'm saying. But you will try your best to, for some of you, to actually stop a fight, basically here. Potentially, anyway. It doesn't have to be a physical fist fight. I just mean that's the language associated with it. But it would be either something mental that you're trying to stop yourself from doing. Okay, some of you may have intrusive thoughts and you really want to release them, basically. So working on whatever's going on the inside of your mind so that you don't actually explode on other people, for example. Basically. I don't think you will, honestly, but you may be hurting yourself slightly. So with the Seven of Swords here. So again, I feel like you'll be releasing some kind of thoughts here so that you can actually make space for the positives in your life to actually bloom better, basically. Because they will be blooming regardless, but you know, if you're cutting the thorns, sorry, not the thorns, thorns can stay, I guess, because they are technically protective, but if you're cutting away the weeds or making space for other flowers to see the sun, which haven't seen them, basically, haven't seen it, rather. But anyways, next cards we have are from the Weird Cat Tarot, and we have the Three of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. A lot of threes here. Nice. Okie dokie. So free may be important. Working with other people is definitely important here. So again, if you're in a class setting, whether you are student or teacher, doesn't really matter here. But what I mean, even if you're a teacher, you'll always be a student. You basically signed up for a life of studentship, quite frankly. But obviously teaching included. But still, Three of Pentacles. Again, working with people, waiting for your ships to come in here, finding spaces where you fit in, I want to say, with the Three of Wands here. Looking for places. Some of you may be moving potentially. So what you're releasing is a current state of affairs, a current state of being, i.e. where you're currently living, or something to do with your language skills again. So maybe some of you may be working as language tutors or something like that, and you're leaving that job behind. Something to do with language. You're letting it purge out of you like there's no tomorrow, basically. That's what I'm getting here. and this could really be a detox from could be a detox from social media for some, could be a detox from reading specific items, could be also a detox from tarot itself, or just there's something you've been reading that you're just like, this does not resonate with me, I no longer wish to participate, I cannot any longer, and I refuse to. With the Seven of Swords as well, I don't know, there's something you're doing sneakily as well. Maybe you've been reading something sneakily and someone's gonna catch you reading that thing sneakily. Oops, warning for someone. But yeah. Next cards we have are from the Rainbow Tarot, and we have the Nine of Wands. Nice. I mean, not nice, but in a release reading, great. And the Six of Swords, perfection. Okay, leaving something behind, definitely. The Nine of Wands is someone who's freaking tired of feeling threatened, or feeling like they need to constantly work their ass off to receive something, and then it's just like, when does that end? I am literally like at my wit's end at this point. Literally at someone's wit's end too, because again, language is important here. But yeah, someone's either quitting their job, if it has anything to do with writing or communications, or you're packing up and leaving for something. There's something you're just there like, I don't really want to be here anymore. I'm again at my wit's end, and I need to purge something. Some of you may be writing, maybe you're releasing a book finally, or whatever you're doing. There's communication attached to it, so it could be podcasts, it could be I don't know, writing material again, blogs, that kind of stuff. Or I don't even know what else is there besides books and podcasts? Speaking stuff, whatever. Your own channels really as well. Maybe you're tired of being underappreciated for some of you here with the Nine of Wands, because again, this is energy where you're not really getting what you deserve or what you think you put in anyway. So the output input thing doesn't measure up to what you've expected. Maybe your expectations have been a bit too high and you've been way too stringent is not the word, but you've been too hard on yourself, basically, with the Hierophant here. Because no, the Hierophant doesn't overdo it. Again, Taurus doesn't overdo it. I feel like Taurus has a really nice balance, but again, it is a fixed sign, and fixed signs don't necessarily initiate change. Once change ends up rolling, they're just like, ugh, fine, I'll go along with it, kind of thing, and I will be the one who finish things, because that's what fixed signs do. They finish things. They don't start them, but they certainly do. So I feel like some of you are at the end line of something, and you're finally deciding to go forth with either a different project, or going to a different city here, or just moving in general, honestly. You've about had enough of something that you've been doing that's not been paying off as much as you expected to pay off. So again, if you've been too hard on yourself, that maybe your mentality of expecting God's work and miracles, hear me out, in terms of like what you're supposed to deliver to other people, i.e. Being overly harsh on yourself, basically being your biggest critic. So that kind of mentality is going out the door now. Next cards we have are from the Moon Power Tarot, and we have the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Again, communication, loads of it, going left, right and center, and it's just like, the ones what do you even call it, spiritual realm, and also the physical human earthly realm, because the wand obviously touches the ground and also is halfway in the sky. Well, they're tiny over here, so you can barely really see them, but whatever. They're still one end of the stick is in the sky, the other end is on the earth. So again, spiritualism versus earthly bound energy, basically. So finding a nice balance here, actually dancing between the balance. Again, some of you may be teaching the word language, the way it's used is really important here, and I feel like I've been saying that in a couple of readings in general on my channel. But yeah, a lot of word whizzes, or word wizards, I guess. Interesting. What are you releasing? There could be a connection at work that, oh, sorry, not really a connection, more like a bit of a crush that you're releasing because for whatever reason it doesn't add up to what you're doing. It could be, it's a small fling really. I'm not getting it serious vibes from it for whatever reason, but there's something you're releasing about it. Interesting. Again, with cutting flowers so that they can bloom better as well. This one barely has any leaves or thorns. I don't know what that means, but making space for new beginnings here with the Queen of Swords. So some of you may be using your words, your language to penetrate is not the word I'm looking for, but that's what came to mind. impact people with, basically. Also, again, with the Eight of Wands, that's a lot of communication in general. Just movement forward, backward, whatever, really. It's online communication, I usually take it as, because it's not really grounded, to be honest. At least personally, anyway. Even though I did say the ones are grounded on the floor, and one end is in the other end. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But, clearly, someone here is also just as I mean, to be fair, I'm not even that confused, but someone's in a similar type of energy where it's just constant flitting between idea and other idea, and now it's time to actually ground yourself a bit with the Queen of Swords here, but also the Hierophant. So some of you might actually need to start writing down the thoughts you have, because you may just be writing the next best thing, basically. Journaling may also be really important here. The thoughts that are in your head, it's important for you to speak them out loud, but also to actually well, for one, either converse them, purge them in terms of actually writing them in a journal and never to be seen again, all of that jazz. And then second, actually telling people how you feel about them. I feel like this may be a pile that's for whatever reason, I'm getting the vibes that it could be a bit of a silent love that you have for somebody, or for people in general, and you don't tell them enough how much you enjoy their company, but also maybe they don't tell you how much they enjoy yours. So even though language is important here, maybe it's the lack of use that's about to end here.Maybe you're not using your words enough to tell people how much they actually mean to you, or something like that anyway, or how much something is hurting you as well, because you can be a shoulder to cry on for so many people until obviously you're out of space here, but also, where are you gonna cry? Sorry, that's not funny, it's just the way I'm putting it. I'm really sorry. But anyways, last cards here are the Mystic Mondays, and we have the 10 of Wands. Oh god. Okay, and the Empress. Alright, cool, sweet, ending on a good one. The Hierophant and the Empress here. Again, Taurus energy is super important here, so grounding your energy might be important. Oh, sorry, is not even a might situation, is feeling safe in your physical body, but also expunging whatever's in your mind, because it's time to just let go of certain ideologies that you've possessed for way too long, really. So maybe this is about releasing a lot of the mental energy and then grounding your body in the actual physical. Some of you may actually benefit from, in your mind, burying yourself in soil. Not literally, please don't bury yourself in soil. I mean, unless you have access to soil like that and you're not doing it 6 feet under, it's like, you know, just a very thin layer, but a literal type of cleansing with soil, basically. Or gardening, I guess. That's much easier to accomplish. Whatever the case is, though, getting out of your head and actually physically in your body. So doing things that make you feel like you're connected to the earth, connected to your body, but also things that literally stop you from thinking about anything else other than what you're doing right now. So clay might be important, pottery, things like that, really. Making drinks, I don't even know, whatever it is, something to do with your hands, but also grounding your feet in either in water or actual soil. Dropping burdens behind is definitely important here, because I feel like some of you have spent way too much time in your mind, but perhaps not necessarily on the best of things. You are surrounded by beauty and also by, what do you call that? Wealth itself, with the 9 of Pentacles and also the Empress. Again, this is the lower octave of this card, of the higher octave. So you really are it, basically, the it person, whatever you want to call it. You have everything you need, but for whatever reason, you've been getting in your head and making life a bit interesting for yourself inside your head. I don't know if it's out of boredom, if there's not enough challenge in your life, or maybe you're giving too much power to something that's not actually, I don't know how to word this, to be honest, because again, different situations for different people, but there's something here that's taking its toll on you that's not as serious as it should be, basically. Please, obviously, read it how it, accept it how, oh my god, I don't even know what the hell to say anymore. Basically, if it resonates, it resonates. That's it. Whatever the case is, though, someone here needs to drop down things that do not serve them in any shape or form, especially where language is concerned, basically. So if people have said comments that haven't, like, sat well with you for whatever reason, that's not because they resonate. It's because there's some kind of wound you have of rejection, basically. I don't know where this came from, but I don't know. There's a something to do with taking on far more work here in your mind than necessary, where you have to let it go. You have to move to a far calmer place in your mind, basically, again. But to go to a calmer place in your mind. If you can't actually imagine yourself going to a calmer place in your mind, you have to go somewhere physical. So you need to take a break, basically, is what I am saying. At least a small break, because whatever you're doing in your physical reality, the thing you need to release is the petty thoughts in your head. Because you are actually more safe. Like there's something around you that, like, your environment is actually really safe, but you're making it really hard for yourself inside your mind, basically. And I feel like that's what you'll be releasing with the Six of Swords here, and all of these other random cards, like the Eight of Wands, the Hierophant, Nine of Pentacles again. All of these kinds of things, you are going where you need to go, but the thoughts that you're not taking, those thoughts with you, those negative thoughts that literally don't even serve you for whatever reason, that you've kept them for far too long. Maybe because of parents, maybe because people have constantly fed you lies, quite frankly, or just limiting ideals about yourself. Whatever it is, out the door, out the window, defenestrate it. Yes, I use the freaking cool word. There you go. You can steal it. I mean, you probably knew it anyway, but anyway. That's where I'm gonna leave you. You're going places, but just don't take ugly thoughts with you there, basically. Because you are beauty itself, and you are surrounded by it. But for whatever reason, you've been focusing on stuff that just doesn't feel good, basically. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it. So thank you for being here. Feel free to stick around, and that's really it. Bye. Oh my days. Pile 3, you've chosen the wheel, and what you are currently releasing sounds like stress to me. Oh, sorry, it looks like stress rather, based on this card here, because it is just her pulling this massive wheel kind of thing. What you're releasing, maybe the down parts of the wheel as well, because again, the wheel keeps turning. Sometimes you are lucky, sometimes you are not. The goddess Fortuna, I believe, what does she do? Jesus. She smiles down on people, and then I don't know, she gives other people nasty stuff in return for no reason, basically. So she really is picky, basically. Gives me oh god, Chaucer's something, Venus Lady, I can't even remember, but that was a long time ago that I studied it. But either way, what I'm receiving with this is that either life is finally looking up because you were releasing something, and by that it might be financial, something financial that you're releasing, or you have just entered the stage where there's been so much release around you that you don't know what the hell is next, basically. And it might be something physical. Well, money, I guess, is physical, but I don't know. Let's see, because I'm chatting shit now. Anyways, first cards we have are from, well, I'm not chatting shit, but I am, technically. First cards we have are from the Shadowscapes Tarot, and we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Cool. Okay, something may not have been paying off before, and it's about to start paying off, so please continue doing it. Do not stop, especially if it makes you happy here. There's a project that you've been focusing on that maybe you've been looking from the wrong angle, so now you need to release specific intel, I guess, or something like that about it, that has made you feel a bit less secure than you should be, basically. Okay, what are you releasing? Interesting. The burden, the toil, everything that has been done already. Okay, I don't know if you're taking a break from something or if you're actually continuing it, but whatever the case is, maybe you need a little break, or at least a break from a specific angle of whatever you're doing. So something that you're doing, if you're multitasking, delegating, that's something like that, basically. There's one part that needs to go and you need to focus on the rest, basically. I don't know what part that is. I mean, I feel like you would know, basically. Oh my god. Anyways, next cards we have are from the Weight Cat Tarot, and we have the Sun. A lot of fiery energy here. Ace of Wands, the Sun, wild stuff. Okie dokie. And the Six of Swords. Moving forward with pizzazz. That's what I'm, well, literally with pizzazz with the Sun here. With a lot of fire on your back. Putting your back on trouble here. That's what I'm getting. Releasing something that just... With the Sun, it's in plain view. Whatever it is you're releasing, you know exactly what it is, basically. Same with the Queen of Pentacles here. There's a literal freaking power source behind her. And again, with the Ace of Wands, there's something you are doing here that's in plain sight, which you will be releasing a specific part of, basically. Maybe there's a crown type of... I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. A specific part of a project needs to go, basically. If it's an engineering type of thing, maybe the light has gone off wrong or something like that, or it's too bright. There's a light source here that needs to be changed. For someone out there, a light bulb needs to be changed because it's either too bright or too low, or too yellow or whatever, basically. Next cards we have are from the what do you call it, Rainbow Tarot, and we have the Knight of Pentacles and Strength. Okay, that's a lot of Leo energy in this pile specifically, or just in general a lot of fire, but well, also Earth here, but the wheel is also the fixed sign, so Leo, Taurus, Aquarius and Scorpio, but I usually see it as the mutable signs, which are Sag, and I forgot the rest. That's it. Pisces, Virgo, I believe, and also what the hell is the other one? Gemini. That's it. But yeah, most people see them as the fixed signs. So yeah, okay. Let's see. What are you releasing here from these ones specifically? Something's been going seriously slowly, and you've been forcing yourself to do the work on it, basically. And I can't lie, I don't know if you should actually release all of the work you're doing on this thing and go in a different direction, or actually continue, but there's something you need to drop. Maybe it's the mentality surrounding this placement that whatever you're doing, basically. There's something about it that's stopping you from receiving the recognition you actually deserve, that you feel like you deserve. The output is not the same as the input. I said the same thing in the second pile, though it was a completely different, or maybe the first, but it was a completely different type of setting, I guess. Well, Six of Swords was also there in the second one anyway, but okay, with yours, I just feel like there's a project you're working on here that's going really freaking slowly for whatever reason. I mean, you are secure and you can actually continue to continue with this project because you are actually secure, so you are fine, and this could be a side project instead of sorry, a side hustle instead of your like actual job kind of thing. Whatever you're doing on the side, you've been putting in a lot of work and care for it, but it hasn't been paying off as much. I feel like it will start to pay off, but there's something you need to let go of first. I don't know what that something is though. That's the thing. It might be a either a specific thought you have around receiving abundance, because the Sun again, and also the Ace of Wands, so inspiration may be the thing that okay, maybe you don't feel inspired and you feel slightly robotic. Maybe that's the answer here. Maybe it's just churning out content that you've been doing, but you haven't felt the spark in a while. So for some of you, this could be a signal to let it rest for a bit with the Strength card here, because this is gentleness, and the Knight of Pentacles is slow, but they always receive what they set out to do, basically. They always give what they set out to do as well. So it's about giving and receiving, but in equal amount to, again, input, output, they match. But with this one, maybe you've been doing things based on what do you call it, inspiration alone, or things have been going very robotically and the wheel has been turning and churning, and you've been churning out content here with the what do you call it, with the Queen of Pentacles, but nothing's been going as fast as it should be. So again, two groups here, but so that means two different sets of answers as well in that case. Some of you need to focus on something else entirely right this second. And for some of you, you need to continue robotically, basically, at what you're doing. And that might be confusing for some, especially if you don't know which group you fit into. That is something that you are going to figure out yourself. Also, I have 4 more cards there, so obviously, you know, stick around for that. But there will be some kind of forward movement to spur you forward, basically. And okay, it could be something to do with inspiration either way. Maybe you've had a lack of inspiration lately. I did say in the beginning the moon is in Leo as well. There's a lot of Leo energy here in general, but fiery type of fixed energy again. So learning how to present your projects may be something to do now. So revising the way you start things and the way you finish things probably would be important here, because fixed signs finish things. But also, I had a thought in my head and I have forgotten it. Oh my god, clearly not finishing things right now. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a Mercury in retrograde again, and I believe it will be in Taurus, and that is happening, well, soon, I believe, sometime probably at the end of April or the beginning of May, can't remember. Anyways, Taurus season. But that might be important here, because obviously if you are a Leo or a Taurus, technically, fixed signs will be the most affected by the Mercury in retrograde. So this one could affect either your finances, because Taurus energy in general depends on where you have Taurus in your house, though, to be fair. So for some of you, if you are a Leo rising, that would be in your, don't at me, I have no idea. I'm just gonna shut up here because I'm not a Leo rising and I completely forgot where Taurus would be. But it might be in the 8th house, but it could be completely, no, that might be, no, that would be Pisces, never mind. Why did I go on this venture? again, someone here is doing a lot of work and maybe they get interrupted, or their train of thought goes into a different direction, and then suddenly you're doing a completely different task at hand. Slowing down basically might be important. Okay, that could be a thing here. Slowing down may be important so that you actually get the ideas that you need to receive to be able to continue forward with, again, with pizzazz. Sometimes slowing down actually brings more fruits than, again, running at ungodly speed. So maybe the wheel is here because you need to release some kind of idea that you need to receive something by a specific point in time. There is no time frame here. You were constantly receiving, so there's no need to rush is what I'm trying to say, basically. Because what is yours will ultimately always be yours. No one's gonna take it from you. Leo energy is very giving energy. It's childlike energy as well. So, but it's fixed is what I'm trying to say. And again, the Leos are the kings of the jungle. Whether you like the actual star sign, I couldn't give less of a crap, to be honest. But the energy itself is energy that finishes things with fire that kind of burns. But again, the sun doesn't give a shit if it burns you or not. It's still gonna shine the next day. But yeah, next. Okay, and by that I really do mean you could be the sun, basically, but you're still going to shine the next day. So there's no need for you to put yourself in a time limit, in a box, something that constricts everything around you, basically. You are the one constricting yourself here, I feel like, to something when you can actually go at a well, I don't know, a normal pace, like whatever that even means to you, but a slightly slower pace. Although for some of you, if you're going too slow, maybe this is a call to get back up and do your thing, basically, but don't go too fast where you actually miss blessings, basically. But whatever the case is, again, I feel like you are someone who is very secure with the Queen of Pentacles. So even if you go fast or slow, the only thing you'll be doing is burning yourself out, but you will still have the finances to back yourself up. But at the same time, what is the point if you're burnt out? What are you gonna do when you're burnt out and you have money behind you? You're just gonna sleep it off. Anyways, next cards we have are from the Moon Power Tarot, and we have the Ace of Pentacles and Judgment, calling something not to a close, although I don't know why that came into my mind. Okay, you might be, for some of you, your side hustle is gonna take off, because again we have the Ace of Wands here as well, and you may want to quit your job. I don't know if that's like your actual normal real life job. I don't know if that's a good thing to do or not, to be honest. I feel like if it seems really promising, but there's actual backup to that promise and it's not just a wishy-washy promise, then yes, go for it with the Judgment card, because that is usually a card of yes. But at the same time, take some caution. Make sure you are definitely well prepared to actually do that kind of thing with yourself, basically. But, again, no time frame here, but at the same time, like, don't deplete your resources. I feel like there will be some kind of financial opportunity presenting itself to you, but it will require a lot of energy from you as well. So if you feel like breaking your contract with a specific job, like your normal job, to pursue your creative pursuits, yes, sorry, it will work in your favor, but it will require a lot of work from you as well. Not just pure energy and inspiration, but actually you putting in the work constantly, not constantly, but yes, consistently, with breaks in between. But for the most part, actually doing this thing in a cohesive manner that actually serves you as a routine, basically. So maybe forget everything I said in the beginning, oopsie, because this sounds like you need to create a healthy routine, basically, a balance that serves you, both if you have a job and if you don't have a job. Maybe what you're releasing is doing wishy-washy things in terms of one day you're going to do this and another day you're going to do some random other thing, and then you're not going to be consistent on it. So what you are actually bringing into your life right now is both the inspiration, but also the habit. You're going to create habits here to actually help you navigate whatever you're trying to create in your life. And for most of you, that does look like it's going to be wealth, because Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, again, the Sun as well, Knight of Pentacles too. There's a lot of monetary abundance, really. There's a relation here to money, basically. But there's also a relation to the energy you have to create that kind of abundance for yourself. And it's not just about energy, but also habits. So consistency is key here, and also building discipline and potentially releasing, well, not potentially, I guess definitely releasing the idea that things can sometimes happen based on luck alone. Luck is great, but being blessed is better than luck, because blessedness technically comes from being both lucky and also secure, in the sense that you are doing something on a regular basis to make you feel secure, because that's how you build a habit, that's how you build confidence as well, that's how you build trust too. You do something often, you make it a practice, you make it a habit. That's trust. That's how you trust your body to do regular things that you probably don't even think are based on trust in itself, basically, or confidence, I guess, in general. For some of you, that also does mean that you are building so much more confidence in yourself. It may have been a slow journey, but also a tumultuous journey here. But you're doing great. Confidence is rising. It's getting you to places that you've never been before, because finally you are actually seeing the light within yourself, basically. So maybe it's not even about light bulbs. That could be a message for someone else. So whatever. But next cards we have are from the Mystic Monday Tarot, and Mondays rather, Jesus. And we have the Nine of Cups and also the Two of Cups. Whatever you're doing, keep going, basically. I don't know. Whatever makes you happy is the thing to pursue, but obviously make sure you have the finances to back yourself up, because if all else fails, then you have something to land on that's actually soft and can cover what you give out into the world and then suddenly don't receive immediately, basically. So again, no time frame on this personally, because it is a wheel, but continue going after things that make you happy here, basically. There will be happy connections with the Two of Cups as well, making decisions that actually benefit your happiness, your bliss, your blessedness as well, I guess. So blessings will be attached to whatever you are doing. And again, with the inspiration, but also the, where is it, Ace of Pentacles, there will be both inspiration and the actual work towards the habit you are creating. So it's not just going to be inspired, or sorry, it will start as inspired action, but it will continue as action itself. So yeah, whatever you're doing, it will make you happy, but you gotta continue, and you need to stop giving you need to stop giving yourself shit if something isn't going the way you planned entirely immediately, because good things take time to grow anyway. So you need to let it be as is, basically, but like continue to put in the work for more of what you want. I.e., you're doing enough as it is. You're actually doing great. It's probably one of the most positive piles I've done so far. So whatever you're releasing, it's not overly serious, basically, is what I'm trying to say. It's not something that's gonna be like do or die, because I do feel like you are definitely secure here with the Queen of Pentacles. So whatever happens here, even if you don't release this immediately, you are still releasing it with the Strength card here. It might be slow, but whatever the case is, you are still secure. Again, you are still secure. There's way too much energy backing you up for you not to be secure, basically. So please take this as a as a confirmation of your security in general, but also continue to work and feel like you have more to climb towards your security, if that makes sense. Basically, just don't get discouraged. That's what I'm trying to say. At the end, that's it. Just yeah, habit but also inspiration is where I'm gonna end it here. But thank you for being here. So again, I hope this resonated, and I hope you stuck through the way I was reading this thing. But anyways, I will see you in the next one or the previous one, and yeah, happy moon in Leo, I guess, whatever.